I am joined by none other than Super Bowl 60 champion Tariq Woolen. You are about to go where, Reek, right now?
To the parade, man. Come on now.
What you gonna be on the floor doing? You got a bottle, you got a
So,
cigar.
hey, hopefully I ain't on the floor. I'm supposed to be walking, so hopefully I ain't on the floor. Hey,
I'm gonna go ahead and put you on this spot, Reek. Is y'all defense from this year better than LOB?
I just feel like we just like Gen Z type version of them. iOS 19 update version of them guys. You know what I'm saying? So,
What was your feeling or reaction after you see that it was a completed catch for a touchdown?
honestly, I was salty. I ain't gonna lie.
Welcome to the set. This is where I set the tone, set the standard, and bring you on set with some of the biggest names in sports, culture, and in life in general. These stories are real, the conversations are genuine, and the legacies, we set those too. This is the set. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the set. I am joined by none other than Super Bowl 60 champion. Say that again, Super Bowl champ, Tariq Woolen. What's going on, little brother? Congratulations.
Yo, man, appreciate it. It's pretty cool with that introduction. You say Super Bowl champ. I gotta get used to, hearing it and playing it.
Hey, they can never take that away from you, bro. That's gonna
Yeah, for
always be an
sure.
introduction now. Always. It's stamped in NFL immortality is NFL history. You
Man,
are a part of a legacy now, a part
and
of
the
part of
mystery
legend.
books.
No lie, no lie. How does it feel, man? What's the emotions being 2 days away from winning the Super Bowl?
Honestly, it's still sinking in for real. It's a crazy feeling, and it just feel like a relief though. You all your hard work done paid off. You ain't got to go for another game this week. You can finally rest up. Your body, feeling banged up and stuff. So. It's a blessing to be here, and I'm just happy to, finally have the season over with, and they end it the right way, with a Super Bowl.
For sure. I know you say it's still sinking in. You are about to. This is a recording, so the episode will come out tomorrow. So for the fans to see, but you are about to go where, Reek, right now?
Oh, to the parade, man. Come on now. Hey, it's about to be so crazy. It's supposed to be 1 million people, so it's about to
Oh,
be
that's
deep.
great.
Oh yeah, it's about to be deep out there today. They about to go crazy.
What you about to be on? What you gonna be on the floor doing? You got a bottle? You got a
So
cigar? What you
hey,
smoking?
hopefully I ain't on the floor. I'm supposed to be walking, so hopefully I ain't on the floor. Hey, but hey, I am gonna be turned. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a little tequila. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have a beer. It's just traditional. You gotta have a beer whenever you celebrating any type of football victory championship. You gotta have at least one beer. And I'm a Texan. I love beer, so I'm gonna have at least one beer.
I was about to say I don't think I've heard that before. So that got to be a Texas thing for real.
Oh dang.
I don't
Well,
think I
hey.
heard. I also
Hey,
don't drink.
oh, okay, okay. Well, that's good then. That's good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What's your
Hey,
what's your go-to beer?
I like Dos Equis. Dos Equis is one of the first beers I ever drank. My uncles and stuff, they drank it, and that was one of my first beers I drank. It was Dos Equis.
How old were you when your uncle first gave you that sip of Dos Equis?
Sure. I'm about like 19, 20. Like I was in college though,
All
came
right.
back for like Christmas break, and then just tried a
Uh,
little bit. It wasn't that crazy. Uh,
yeah, no, my pops and football coach used to let the boys sip and try stuff probably 12, 13 years old.
oh yeah, man. Shoot, yeah, y'all out there kind of in the country though.
That's that's a
Yeah.
fact. Rick, let's get into the Super Bowl, man. Super Bowl 60 was fire.
hmm
I'm personally happy with the result. I did not want to see the Patriots win another Super Bowl. Not even hating, it's just I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I'm done with those guys. But let's get into Super Bowl 60. Let's talk opening kickoff. Like, what is the emotions? What is the energy in the stadium for the Super Bowl kickoff?
It was great, crazy feeling. I just hate that they kicked it into the end zone, so Shaheed couldn't return it. Shaheed he a great player, and sometimes when you kick the ball to him, it's dangerous work. So it was just so electric. You know what I'm saying? Just a great feeling, and you knew you was finally there, but it wasn't. like anybody nervous because we prepared to be in that moment. So it was just a great feeling, and a lot of people was happy to get after it, especially after a long week of doing media and just being there for the week.
I talked to some former Super Bowl champions, and they spoke about the nerves early in the game, first series, second series. Did you have that same experience?
No, not really. I just was like, dang, I'm really out here. You know what I'm saying? It felt like a normal game. I promise you. Like everybody on our team was like, this felt like a normal game. Like it just felt weird. Like we didn't expect it to be that normal. But at the same time, we played in like a lot of high intense games this year, and I felt like that it prepared us to be in that moment. So,
That's
a
true.
lot of people wasn't like nervous. They just were excited, to get after another opportunity, but just like a bigger opportunity, to show out nationally for real.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Y'all were super battle tested, and it
Yeah,
showed.
man.
I had Mark Ingram on my live show Monday, and he pointed that out. That note that you guys playing the Rams 3 times, playing the 49ers over and over in big moments. But like you guys were super battle tested. Couldn't say the same for the Patriots. Their real first test was you guys, and it showed.
Yeah.
Reek, I wanna ask about your morning
Hmm.
before, just the day leading up to the actual game, because the game is at 5:30 Central Time. What was it? What was your routine like? What did you do, and did you do anything different? Music, food. What was your routine like leading up to the Super Bowl?
Honestly, I just kept everything the same. We on the West Coast already, so the flight to the Bay was only an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? So literally getting there, it wasn't nothing crazy. The time didn't play a role too much. I just felt like the media and just all the outside stuff played a factor. But whenever you just keep your routine and find your routine throughout these other outside factors, then it just felt like more of a normal weekend, normal preparation. And then as it came to the game, I did my same thing, listen to music. The timing before the game was different because they had the national anthem, they had all the other different anthems and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't even know we had them until I got there. So, but it was just making sure you stay warm. So I did a lot of stretching. I just did little things for my technique and stuff, made sure I just stayed sharp. But other than that, everything just felt normal.
I got you. I got you. Something else that's abnormal in the Super Bowl is the halftime show. It's an
Oh yeah.
extended halftime. What goes on during the Super Bowl halftime? We have no idea.
Shoot, for us, I think it's like 29 minutes. So when we got in there, we just, rested a little bit, took our cleats off, restroom breaks and all that, and, refill, rehydrate. And then as it got to like 10 minutes, we started to stretch, re-warm up. Guys do maybe they pregame routine over again. That's what I did. I just redid my pregame routine, and then we just warmed up with the coaches, and then boom, came out to the field, and it just happened so fast. Like as soon as it came out, they was like, "All right, babe, y'all ready for kickoff?" And then we was right there on the field. You wouldn't even know it was a halftime show. How quick everything just went by for real.
Oh wow, that's dope.
Mhm.
That's dope. So was you guys able to watch Bad Bunny at all?
Oh no, I ain't- like you can't even hear him. I wish I could have seen it, but literally, like you couldn't even hear any of the songs he performed.
Oh man, okay, okay. Have you seen the performance since?
Um, yes, I did. I came home and I watched it when I got home here. It was actually pretty dope, to be honest. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the halftime show with Bad Bunny. The camera work was crazy, the cinematic views, the choreography, and then the message at the end with unity. I really enjoyed the show, even though I don't know any of his songs. How did you feel about it?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I felt like we needed it, especially as this country, people come here for the better opportunities, and we are the USA, United States of America. So I just felt like that's one way to show that we united or coming together as one for real. So I thought that was a great opportunity to show that. You know what I'm saying? We got culture here, and no matter the color of your skin, we get along.
I love it. I love it. And as far as coming together as one, that Seattle Seahawks defense did that time and time again. I'm gonna go ahead and put you on the spot, Reek.
Hmm.
Is y'all defense from this year better than LOB?
Honestly, that's hard. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I'd say we are a great defense, just like them. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like You
Respect,
know,
respect.
being able to be in that category, especially being the same team, especially the Seahawks. You know, I just felt like we just like a newer, Gen Z type version of them. You know what I'm saying? Just a new, iOS 19 update version of them guys. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I feel like we deserve to be in those type of categories, man. We just played it all year, and we just put it on TV for the last time, and I just felt like that right there was an exclamation point, showing you that historically we go down as at least a top 10 defense in this NFL.
For sure, for sure. I said again on my Monday show, I felt like your defense aligns perfectly with the 2012, 2013 Seattle defense.
Yeah.
But I think y'all D line is better across the board.
Oh yeah,
I
we
think
got
y'all
some
D
we got
line
some dangerous guys on there. Yeah.
is dangerous guy. Byron Murphy Jr. 2 sacks. Derek Hall 2 sacks. Still had Leonard Williams, Demarcus Lawrence. Like them guys were. It was crazy, crazy. And then
Mhm.
Witherspoon, the way he was blitzing, he looked like a D lineman.
Oh yeah, bro. He a different player, man. And when you got him on the field, you know you got a chance to win. He makes an impact for real.
Let's talk about that, Reek. You playing an elite level at the corner position, and you see your teammate Devon Witherspoon playing at elite level. You see the other side, Christian Gonzalez playing at an elite level. What does that do for you in the moment? Does it bring on some more competition?
Honestly, it do honestly just because me and Spoon compete every day at practice, especially we got Job too, and then we all compete to be better players, and I feel like that's what got us so far this season, and I feel like that's what helped us lock down receivers, just competing, and Gonzo he a great corner, and he put it on display as well, during the Super Bowl, so being able to see that as well is pretty cool because you want to go out there and perform, and you want to go out there and give the fans a show, so. Being able to play along with Spoon and, being able to make plays with him. And then also across the field, you got Gunzo playing as a great DB is pretty cool as well.
You guys held the Patriots scoreless for 3 quarters, and I'm sure conversation started on the sideline talking about the shutout, talking about the shutout. They made a play. Drake Maye throw a dot, Mac Hollins. You are in perfect position, perfect technique, hand inside to break all of it. What was your feeling or reaction after you see that it was a completed catch for a touchdown?
Honestly, I was salty. I ain't gonna lie, just because, like, man, you want to do a shutout so bad. And whenever somebody make a play, especially as a great player, you never want the play to be on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just, thank God in that situation, we already up. And, they just wanted to play and they just chunked it down there, man. And if you look at the snap, bro, literally I'm running across the field to get lined up. Like I'm running and then they
Right,
snap it and then
right.
bro run. And like that's not an excuse. I'm a great player. I want to make a play every time the ball comes to me. So, I don't care, but literally that was a touchdown, man. And I was like, damn, but other than that, I got up and like shit. Next play, man, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I got a good grasp of things like that, but as a great player, shit, you gotta wash it out. But as a competitor, it's like hell no, fuck that. I don't want no touchdown. So
Was it anything like literally anything you could have did differently? Because I'm looking at the play, bro. Perfect like textbook technique. Was there anything you think you could have did differently?
Um, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. So I just, just did what I could, and I had my hand right there. He caught my hand with the ball, man. And some
Facts.
people, they get paid, and he got paid right there, and salute to him. But at the end of the day, man, I still don't want to get that shit up. That shit is so lame, but it's all good. I mean, hey, it's a play, and on to the next.
No, for sure, for sure. What was your thoughts about Drake May? How you think he performed in the game, dealing with everything he was dealing with?
Other than the ways we affected him, I feel like he a great player, man. He got his team that far, MVP type candidate. But also, we have a great defense. We hunt, we hungry, and we got guys that that'll make you pay. And so whenever we play as one and we play sound, play ahead of plays, it starts to look dangerous. And I feel like he started to start feeling the presence of Leo, Merv, D Hall, D Law, Boye, that's the whole D line crazy. Riley Mills, young rook, just got his first career sack, and it was a Super Bowl. So,
No,
it's
that's
pretty
crazy.
cool to see those guys hunt, man, and it helps us on the back end, and we got to get takeaways and stuff during the game. So, we affected him pretty well, and he's still a great quarterback, but he met the dark side.
For sure. He damn sure did. Uh, let's talk about Mike. Mike McDonald,
Hmm.
second year as a head coach, already won a Super Bowl. What was his demeanor? What was his message for you guys leading into the Super Bowl and then following?
Honestly, he just said treat like we've been there before, man. Like we literally had a lot of big moments, and he prepared us for that moment. He always, you know, have us practice like literally during the first day we got there we was in pads, so like we had literally padded periods for like 2 or 3 periods, and then we took the pads off and that was it. But literally he made sure we keep our same routine and we don't lose a step, and then it shows on game day. And for us to be in that moment, he just told us to treat it normally. We've been there plenty of times, we won games with that type of atmosphere, and we just was able to put it on display.
Speaking of the atmosphere, Reek, I wasn't there, but I've heard time and time again that it felt and sounded like a home game for y'all. What was that like? Talk about the 12.
Oh yeah, that flight only hour half, man. People seen that in the state of Washington. They're helping get them tickets. So I'm just happy they came and showed out, and it did feel like a home game a little bit, just because we still on the West Coast, and we got a strong fan base and presence there. So to be able to do that in a conference, a divisional, rivals stadium, and to be able to play there is actually a pretty ironic thing, but a cool a major accomplishment as well. So the fans deserve it, and they showed out all season. And for them to show out during the Super Bowl, it was cool to see.
Shout out to the 12s. I'm gonna ask if you guys, because when we were in the NFC Championship with New Orleans, the Super Bowl was in Atlanta,
Hmm.
and we had all talked about like how we was gonna take over the Atlanta locker room, make it our own, take a shit in every bathroom, division rival.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is. You guys were in San Francisco
Hmm.
at the 49ers home. Did you guys have any petty moments taking over their locker room?
No, not really. I mean, other than just like leaving cigars everywhere in the ash and just like all the party residue. That's it. But other than that, like, no, we just was in the moment, man, and we in the moment celebrating, having a good time. You really don't think too much of it, but like just like the trash and like the party residue, I feel like they'll have that scent in there for a good minute.
That's funny. That is hilarious. Y'all better than us. I'm talking about we was trying to go crazy in the Falcon
Oh
stuff.
man, yeah.
I'm telling you. All right, I got a couple more for you, Reek. I want to rewind because I tried to get you and we couldn't make it work after the NFC Championship game. You had a moment where the emotions got the best of you in the game. You was going off, going off on the Rams sideline. You got the flag.
Yeah.
Take me, take me to Take me through your mindset, your thought process in that moment. You see the flag go in the air. You know what just happened, how costly it is for the team. Take me through that process.
Oh yeah. Honestly, you know, it was just so amped up, man. It's a rival team, rival opponent, and whenever you making plays and you balling, sometimes you just get carried away. That was just a high intense moment, and it was a big, great play for my team. And then at the same
Huge.
time, I got it taken away just because my emotions kind of got in the way. So it's a learning thing, and at the same time, you know, it just was a crazy play.
For sure. The play you made, locking up Poole one on one, damn near interception. Like you was at the highest of high, and then the flag just take it right. That's football, man. The
And
momentum ebbs and
then
flows.
the next play, sure, that shit is even more crazy. It's like the life of a corner for real, man. Like the next play, literally like a kind of a slight double move and then touchdown, man. And he a great receiver too, but at the same time,
So
in those moments, it's crazy how offensive coordinator work. They see how a DV is. They look at you from the box, and they got all the people watching. Like, oh, he still thinking about this play. Let's go right back at him next play. Let's do it. And that was just crazy. But that play right there goes to show, how like a game of football can be predicated by just one little play or one little thing, and you can make so much of a great play, and then next play you can't get too high or too low just because the next play something like that can happen, and now you gotta really be like, down. So how are you really gonna respond? You made a great play, then this play happened. Now it's like, oh, now you did bad ball, so now you gotta really just lock in and be like, you know what, just take it a play at a time. And I feel like in that moment, that's why I exactly did. Especially after that, you gotta just continue to keep playing and stuff like that. And, the rest of the game, I was able to hold my own and continue to, help my team.
That's fire. That's fire. That's the beauty of the game to me, bro. How the momentum swings, ebbs and flows. You have the best play of your life one play, and then the worst play of your life the next. And all right, how you gonna respond? How you gonna respond?
Right.
Like I love it. I love it. And then so you have the touchdown. You going through the emotions still. You processing everything that just happened. Then you had a conversation on the sideline with your brothers.
Mm-hmm.
What was that conversation?
Oh yeah, we all competitors, man. We all on a mission, and we all want to be great. And whenever in that moment, you gotta be better, and your teammates they'll let you know. But also, they want to be off the field. It's third down. I want to be off the field. So of course, guys gonna be angry. We tired, and of course, guys gonna be angry. But in that moment, tensions are high, and then we just come back down, let it dissolve, and come back just like this. We a brotherhood and a family. So sometimes you got little arguments and fights, and that's what make your brotherhood family so much tighter. Because it ain't coming from a bad place. It's coming from love. It ain't coming from anger or hatred.
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right, Reek, last thing I got for you. I know you got to get to the Super Bowl parade, man. Again, congratulations. So happy for you. So proud of you. Last thing I got. K9.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about the Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker.
Such a great dude, man. We came in together, and I can't speak enough about this dude, bro. Like literally, works hard every day. He don't party, he don't smoke, drink, no nothing crazy. Like literally, just like literally cool ass dude, man. And when you get to know him, soft spoken dude and humble as hell. But just to see his story throughout this season, throughout just the whole, you know process of the thing is great, and it's a beautiful journey, man. And he deserves an MVP, And as you see throughout the season, him and Charbonnet was sharing carries and stuff like that, and he didn't say one thing. He just kept working, kept doing his part, playing his role, man. And as we came to the playoffs and Charbonnet got banged up, he fulfilled more of his role, and he continued to be the star player he is. And I'm just so happy to see that he's an MVP of the Super Bowl, man, because he deserves it.
That's fire. That's fire, man. He was special all year, but like you said, when he got his opportunity to really be that workhorse, he showed and proved. He about to get paid, man. It's a lot of money on the horizon too for some Seahawks.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man.
Some of y'all. Yeah, no,
it's gonna
for
be
sure.
crazy.
For sure. All right, last thing before I let you go, repeat. Back to back, what y'all doing?
Oh yeah, shoot. I hope this repeat, man, for real, man. I hope I'm part of this team.
Yeah.
After these next couple of weeks and months, man, it's a whole new process to me, and I love to be here, but it's a business, and I just like to be with my feet at, but at the same time, I'd
For
love to
sure.
go be able to, be with this team and go repeat another Super Bowl. Cause shoot, not so many people can be able to do that. So we got
I
one
understand.
ring down, and hopefully a couple more to go.
For sure, for sure. Free agency coming up for you, Reek. Anything you need from me, I've been through it. I know the ups and downs of it. So reach out to me if you got any questions for sure. You the bag is on the way, my good brother. You earned it, dog.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. It's an unreal feeling, man. Especially when you can change your family's lives, and you're changing your own too. So it's pretty cool, to be able to do that.
I love it. Yeah, we let's have some conversations even before you get that money on. So we
I
make
got
sure
you.
everything's straight
For sure.
on your back end for sure.
I got you.
All right, brother. Go ahead and get to that parade, man. I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna take down a couple beers for you, man. I know you don't drink none, so I got you.
That's a bet. That's a bet. Love, brother.
Love, man.
Man, that was such a fire conversation with Tariq Woolen, Super Bowl champion. Him and his story, man. I can't be more. I can't talk about how proud I am, how happy I am for him, everything that he's been through in his life, his journey, and to go out and get the job done with his brothers, the way that he speaks about brotherhood and family when regards to his teammates in Seattle, they have something truly special up there that we really need to pay attention to on how to build a championship team. It has to be that chemistry, that camaraderie, that family, organic family dynamic has to exist because you play different for somebody that you love. Like, you really would put everything on the line, and they put everything on the line for each other. I love Reek. I love his accountability on everything. The penalty in the NFC Championship, giving up the touchdown in the Super Bowl. He's accountable, and it burns him up when it's not the way that he wants it to be. I love that. His drive. He's building a special career, man. I'm a huge fan. Tariq Woolen, shout out to you. I would like to transition to more topics centered around O-line play. And we all have heard a lot of the noise and news that's been coming out around Will Campbell and his performance in the playoffs, and most importantly, the Super Bowl. The young man had his struggles. He had his struggles for the last several games. And we see a lot of armchair coaches, Twitter trainers, however we want to call it, social media gurus on technique and ball play. I decided to put my 72 cents into the conversation. And I tweeted, following some clips of Will Campbell in Pass Pro, I tweeted, Will Campbell's issues are fixable. He's trying to block the best players in the world without a solid foundation. His feet are constantly moving backwards before contact on 90% of these reps. Damn near impossible to anchor against power if your feet are not in the ground. Changing that alone will cut his issues in half. I'm excited to see his response. I believe that he will respond. I would like to elaborate a little more on what my tweet meant as far as establishing the foundation, having feet in the ground, being able to anchor and brace against power. When in pass protection, we take different pass sets to try to eliminate what we see pre-snap from the D-line or what the defense is presenting. So if I got a guy that's really close to me, I want to get on him really quick. Like, I want to close the space, get on him real quick. If I got a guy that's spread out wide, I might have to take a deeper angle to get to that point of intersection between him and the quarterback. If I have a guy, the DN is wide, and a linebacker walks up in the B gap between me and the guard, I have to pay attention to that linebacker. Is he picking me? Is he blitzing? I have to pay attention, so it will change the set. So we have to process that walking up to the line, and then from the moment of getting in the stance until the snap count, we have to process what set am I taking, how am I going to stop what I'm being presented. Will's set plan was not the problem. He found himself in front of the defender time and time again. So he was able to get to the correct spot with his pass set. So it was not like he was choosing the wrong set. He's setting back when he needs to be jump setting. He's jump setting when he needs to be angle setting. That wasn't the case. He was consistently getting to the spot that he needs to get, which is honestly hard for a lot of players, especially young players, being able to have the snap quickness to get out, get to that point of intersection between the defender and the quarterback. Will was able to consistently get there. His issue was when he got there, he kept going. He kept going past the spot. And what I mean by spot, and anytime you hear me reference spot from today forward, that is the point where you start to fight. The spot is this spot on the field is the intersection, the point where I am going to stand my ground. I'm not going backwards anymore. I'm not going lateral anymore. I feel like this is the point that I need to meet you to stay between you and the quarterback. That's the spot. Will was getting to the spot, but not starting to fight. He was catching. What I mean by catching is you allowing the D lineman to make the first blow. A lot of times in O-line play from O-line coaches throughout my career, you will hear first significant touch. Who can make the first significant touch? So when they talk about Will Campbell's arm length being an issue, the arm length is an issue if you have someone that is taking advantage of it. Like truly, you can't get to them because their arms are so long. So if you get a guy like Danielle Hunter and he's going with a speed to long arm, that long arm will get into my chest before my hands can touch him. Just scientifically, his arm will get to my chest before my hands can touch him. That's where the arm length comes into play. But it's answers for that. That's why the arm length is not a problem to me, because it's answers for that. If somebody is going fully extended arm into my chest, I'm knocking that shit down. Most guys, most DNs, long arms, Greg Rousseau, Danielle Hunter, they have that advantage. They can touch me before I touch them. That's a fact. It's proven. But you have answers for that. You have tools for that. What you do not have answers for is not establishing yourself at the spot, not having your feet in the ground, not being rooted, not being connected to the ground to where you can generate power and stop force. There is no answer for that. If your feet are moving back on contact, you will go back to the quarterback consistently. Very few guys can catch and still anchor against power. And that's a technique. That's Lane Johnson. That's Andrew Whitworth. That's David Bakhtiari. Those guys were able to get in position, catch a lot of rushes, and stop power. That's a technique, a trained skill. I see Will Campbell's strength being more physicality, punch timing, but being connected to the ground. Small steps, heavy hands, not leaning. All fixable. All fixable for the young 22-year-old first-round pick that just got a ton of experience, that played in the biggest game in the sport. He's more experienced. He has a ton of experience. He's better from everything that happened. Now it's about his response, which I don't see him as somebody that's going to sulk or just wallow in his issues. I think he's going to put in the work to be ready to respond. So I hope that provided more context. I will be doing a collab with Brandon Thorne. B. Thorne does a ton of amazing work, scouting, O-line, D-line, charting all the data, all the analytics. He's telling you guys who's the most efficient, most effective rushers, who's the most efficient, effective pass protectors in the league on a consistent basis. He's been doing this for years. Works with Bleacher Report and many other establishments. So I'll be doing a collab with him soon, and hopefully we'll have some film to provide and talk about and be able to discuss so you guys will get a better visual. But I did want to offer up that context, and hopefully you understand what I'm saying. And if you need more of this, let me know. If you need more breakdowns like this, if you need more visuals, you need more examples, let me know. And we can provide that here on the set. I might know something, people. Like truly. I don't know everything about everything, but I know damn near everything about this. O-line play, D-line play. I can talk with any and every because I've done it. And I've had to change my game over the course of my career due to injury. I came into the league as an elite athlete, quick feet, go jump set everybody, basketball defense. Through injury, MCL, meniscus, 5 surgeries, I had to change my game. I had to adapt. Angle sets, vertical sets, knocking hands down, circle punches. I had to adapt. So I played 3 different O-line careers in one career because I had to. in order to have longevity. So that's why I feel very confident about me being able to speak on these topics. But you guys let me know. Social media, YouTube, please be vocal. We will continue to educate and have these healthy discussions. But yeah, I appreciate that. Shout out to the Seahawks, Tariq Woolen, talking to us before going to the Super Bowl parade. That's insane. That's a perspective that we just haven't seen. We haven't gotten that. I haven't seen anybody what they're doing before they head to the Super Bowl parade. Like, what's their mindset, how they're ready to party and drink the beers and drink. You know what I mean? It's fire. It's fire. So appreciate you all. Continue to like, share, comment, subscribe. Much love. From the set, it's T-stead, and I'm out.